My name is Captain Chandramoulishwaran. I am the principal of the HIMT College, Prisi campus. On behalf of HIMT, our CEO, my colleagues, and on my personal behalf, I welcome each and every one of you to this webinar. Yes, it would have been a pleasure to visit your places on a type of a roadshow and have a seminar to talk to each and every one of you. But thanks to COVID, we have to resort to this seminar through the internet, which we call it a webinar. The main objective and the purpose of this particular arrangement is to give you an overview is what sea life is all about. You will hear it from the horse's mouths, from the people who have gone out to sea, who have made a career and have been successful in every aspect, and also the boys who are presently studying in our institute, who have already passed out and still cadets, and from cadets who have passed on to become officers. At the end of the session, we hope that you will have a clarity. We will be following a particular flow where we will give you an overview as what the sea life is all about and then take you through. We would also like each and every one of you to be interactive. To do that, we have introduced two polls in the middle of the session, just about 2 to 3 questions each. We would seek your indulgence to answer the questions. And we will also welcome all your questions at any time. Please put your questions. When you type in the questions, there will be addressed, instead of addressing it to everyone, please address it to questions and we will take the questions as we go along. And our panelists, my colleagues, will give you the answers to your satisfaction. If by remotest of chances we are not able to complete all the questions during the time we have, we will definitely get back to you. As part of the ground rules in any webinar, we have kept all of you muted. We would request you to keep your video on so that we can see each other at any time, though you will be able to see the speaker. When we come to the question, we would request you to identify yourself. And if possible, if you can raise the question so that we know each other. We would like to avoid questions in between, but in case you feel you need to ask the questions, you have to leave, please feel free to do that. Put your hands up. There is a provision for you to raise your hand. We will definitely address this. We know that we have taken a little bit of a liberty in requesting you to attend a webinar on a Sunday. So to make that a worthwhile, we are offering, in the sense that we are offering to block your seat by paying a nominal advance fees of 50,000 rupees. More importantly, to make it worthwhile your time that you have spent on over here, the management has decided to give a discount of 20,000 rupees on the whole course fees if you book your seat, block your seat, starting from now till 1800 hours tomorrow. So I repeat again, you can block your seat by paying 50,000 rupees. And in the whole course fees, we'll give you a discount of 20,000 rupees when we finally pay up. In the unfortunate event of you withdrawing, there might be slight administrative charges, which we will talk about it, which I am quite sure that once you get into HIMT, you will not like to withdraw after you go through the webinar. Without much ado, let me open up the whole proceedings. I would now invite Mr. Sriram, a faculty in our college, a colleague of mine, to give an overview of a deck cadet's progression. To give you an idea, there are basically 2 streams what we talk about, the deck and the engine. So Mr. Sriram will concentrate on telling you when you join, how you proceed to become a master of a vessel. Over to you, Sriram.
Thank you very much, Captain Chandra. Good morning, everyone, parents, budding students, and my colleagues. I'm Sriram Nagarajan, and I'll be guiding you through the process of how to progress in your career when you take the BSc Nautical Science stream. So first is, once we are done with the initial process and you join the college, you will be required to do a 3-year course, which will finally lead to your graduation, getting you that degree called the BSc Nautical Science. Once you successfully complete this course, you will be bound to join on board a ship as a trainee. The trainee or internship that some of us know the term, we will be undergoing training on board, putting into use whatever we learned in the college. And then subsequently, we are expected to put in time on board the ship, what we call as sea time, learning various aspects. Once we put in the required sea time for our next level of examination, what we call competency examination, you will be eligible to appear for the second officer's competency examination. Once you successfully complete that examination, which here in India is run under the authority of the Government of India, you earn your second officer's certificate of competency and are eligible to join the ship as a certified officer. The first posting you get on board is as a third officer. Once you demonstrate your skills as a third officer, you slowly climb up the ladder and get promoted as a second officer. During all this time, after becoming an officer, you still accumulate sea time, and then you are eligible for the next level of examination, which is called the chief officer's level of examination. Again, you obtain a certificate of competency, and after you clear it, and when you are promoted on board, you get to be the chief officer of a ship. This leaves you with just one step away from your goal, which is the master or the captain of a ship. Once you complete your sea time and successfully complete your exams, then when you are promoted, you become the master or the captain of the ship. That progression does not end there. Once you become the master or captain, you could probably later on join shore-based establishments, leading with the maritime industry itself. And you could probably put your what are you learned and what are you experienced into better use there too. And all sea time and promotions are guided by the various industry guidelines and company requirements. Like Captain Chandra had pointed out, we are at the crossroads now. We would like to know what next after 12th. So that is why I dealt with the career progression. If you would look into BSc Nautical Science stream, I would like everyone here to draw inspiration from the famous words by Shri Abdul Kalam. If you want to shine like the sun, first burn like the sun. Take this as something that we could reflect on and put your best foot forward and sail into the world. Join Merchant Navy. Wishing you all best of luck. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sriram. Thank you so much. As you have seen the progression in the deck side, it's only fair that we expect you to look at how to move forward in the engine side as well. May I now request Sabil, another colleague of mine, to give an overview as how you can progress from joining the BTEC and moving on to become a chief engineer of a seagoing vessel. Over to you, Sabil.
Thank you, Captain Chandra. Good morning, my colleagues, my seniors, and a very good morning for the enthusiastic parents who's attending this webinar, as well as the curious kids, students who just cleared their 12th examination. I congratulate all the students for passing the exams in the flying colors and being curious, what in future you should do. Why engine side? As Captain Chandra rightly said, we have two departments. One is deck department and one is engine department. So deck department, the progression is already explained by Sriram sir. Now, when you work on ship, you will be working, like an admin, like, an operator, like a technical guy. You have to have all skills. You have to develop all the skills. Now, but in different departments, the skill what you require varies. So instead of this pencil and a pen, if you prefer this tools and machineries, gentlemen, I invite you to have a proper look at what I'm going to tell you now. Now, in engine department, we call them marine engineers. To get into that, your eligibility criteria is in your 10 plus 2 12 standard, you should have an aggregate of 60% in PCM, which is physics, chemistry, and maths. And language, English, 50%. Once you're through the proceedings, gentlemen, you will be starting your career by doing a course, BTech Marine Engineering, which is of 4 years. Once you complete the 4 years of BTech Marine Engineering Institute, you will be given a professional degree called BTech Marine Engineering, a certificate of merit, issued by IMU, Indian Maritime University. After the completion of course and the required modular courses by international maritime organizations, you will be lined up with your eligibility and performance for the interviews. Once you got selected, gentlemen, you will be ready to take on or face the mighty ocean. You will be joining the ship as TME or Trainee Marine Engineer. Once you finish your sea time after 6 months, you come back to the land and you will be attending class 4 examinations conducted by Mercantile Maritime Department of India, which is a written and an oral examination. Once you through that, gentlemen, you will be entitled to sail as a marine engineer on ship. Your rank will be 4th engineer. With that COC, certificate of competency, you can sail as 4th engineer, and with your performance and the company criteria and requirements, you will be promoted as 3rd engineer. Now, once you continue sail as a 3rd engineer with the enough sea time, you can appear for class 2 COC certificate of competency exam. Once you clear that, you will become 2nd engineer of the ship, which is from there you become a management level engineer officer. From there again, further sea times will make you eligible for appearing class 1 chief engineer certificate of competency exam. And once you clear that, you will be the holder of chief engineer certificate of competency. And with your performance and company criteria and regulations and metrics, you will be promoted as chief engineer. Gentlemen, once you reach the pinnacle of your career, if you feel like saturated, which is never going to happen, even if it happens, there are opportunities in the shore. You can work on the technical side of a shipping company as a technical superintendent and many more provisions. Other than that, when you choose this marine engineering, even outside of the merchant navy, there are so many opportunities. I have friends working in, one of my friends is working in McDonald's. He is in charge of southern zone of all McDonald's boilers, which is one of a very good, attractive job, because on board the ship, you guys will be dealing with giant machineries, okay? I'll take this opportunity to share a screen. Gentlemen, so just want to show you, you are a trainee marine engineer first, then after getting the COC, you become 4th engineer, then you will be promoted as 3rd engineer from there with your performance. Again, after clearing, class 2 exams, you become 2nd engineer. Then after becoming clearing chief engineer's exam on board the ship, you will be promoted as chief engineer. Guys, have a look on one of the truck engine, one of the biggest machine which flies on the road. It's a truck engine, right? You feel like it's a very big thing, Now look at the engine of a ship. It is in multiple floors, right? Yeah. One more thing, have a look. This is the truck, the engine I showed you. This is all what runs this truck, right? Now, I would like to take you an image of an engine room, gentlemen. Yeah, it's a multi-floor engine. So when people work from outside, on the land to engine, you will be working inside the engine. Yeah. It is, only you can imagine. Once you go there, then only you will feel the size of the ship and the pride you will achieve. Gentlemen, this is a container ship and a very big oil tanker and a cruise liner, called passenger ship. So, my dear boys, if you are fantasizing about running the engine and maintaining a ship, a mega container or a giant oil tanker or a 7-star skyscraping ecstatic cruise liners, I welcome you to join BTech Marine Engineering and start a very ecstatic career as a marine engineer. Thank you very much. Over to you, Captain Chandra.
Thank you, Sabil. To be very honest with you, I went out to sea way back. Now, after hearing Sabil, I feel like going back as an engineer again to start my career all over. So that's a sort of an excitement what is inside it. I'm quite sure he has done that. Now, as we move along, there are a couple of questions which I've already got. I think it's only time I address them as of right now. One boy has asked me, Siddharth, rather he has asked me a couple of questions. May I request the spotlight to be on Siddharth, please, for a minute before we answer the question? We would like to see the gentleman. Can we identify Siddharth?
Negative, sir. His video.
Okay, fine. No issue. No problems. And I personally feel, okay, two things which he has asked me. Number one, do you have to be brilliant in studies to become a good officer out at sea? The answer is a blatant no. We say, I have been told when I joined out to sea, you need to be an average student. All you need a lot of common sense, which I'm 200% sure the present generation has got. Number two, the money what you earn, is it all exempted from income tax? Well, I mean, the present generation talks about money. First, I would like you to choose the profession. Yes, to be very honest with you, you're also treated as a non-resident Indian, where according to the income tax rules, which can change from time to time, but as of now, yes, exempted if you are away from the shore for a certain number of days, right? Moving on, we will answer the questions as they come along, but one of the questions which, in my opinion, to move on is, we have kindled a certain amount of interest in you boys. It's only fair that we request two of the boys who are presently pursuing the BSc and the BTech in our college to give their impression. They have joined us about a year and a half back, probably now 2 years back. One is, I would request Cadet Joshua, who is pursuing his BSc Nautical Science with us. And he will be followed by Cadet Yagnesh, who is pursuing his BTech, to give their impressions as what they are looking forward to in their life and what they are getting out of HIMT. Over to you, Joshua.
Thank you, sir. Warm good morning to one and all. I'm Cadet Joshua Jessel. I'm pursuing BSc Nautical Science at HIMT College, and I'm doing my second year right now. I served as a batch leader for past 2 years. I did my schooling in Kochi, Kerala. By 10th, I decided to do something really different, apart from engineering and medicals, which was opted by most of my friends. So I was looking out for an exciting career, and Merchant Navy came into my mind. I spoke to my dad regarding it. Fortunately, my dad had a lot of friends who were doing pretty well in this profession. So I called them up and asked them about it. They told me it's a wonderful career and a respected profession, which is the backbone of international trade right now. So I made up my decision firm to join Merchant Navy. During my 12th, while I was researching about various maritime training institutes to join, I had a conversation with my dad's friend, who's a senior captain in one of the leading shipping companies. He told me that HIMT is the best in terms of maritime training and also very cost effective. Thus, I made up my mind to be in HIMT, and here I am as an HIMTian. Talking about the college, the faculties and the infrastructure are really good. The college trains you to be an efficient and a responsible seafarer. Physical activities are given at most importance in the college, providing facilities like gym, swimming pool, playground for various sports activities. The accommodation is really good and the food is palatable for all so that you won't feel that you are away from your home. The college instills strict discipline, which is very important for a successful career at sea. When I came home for my first vacation, my parents could find a tremendous change within myself. Regarding placements, HIMT trains you really well, and I'm extremely happy and blessed that I got placed in a very good shipping company, second year itself. For that, I would like to thank HIMT for giving me the opportunity and the best training to crack this interview. I'm looking forward to sail and roam around the world after I'm done with my training. I will be always grateful to HIMT and keep up its name. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Joshua. Very nice of you to come up and express your views.
Thank you, sir.
May I now request Yagnesh, who is pursuing his BTech engineering in HIMT, to air his views. Over to you, Yagnesh. Yeah, unmute yourself, Yagnesh, please.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Garrett, Tamina Yagnesh, BTech Marine Engineering second year from HIMT College, Chennai. I'm from Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Everyone wants to get a bright future, right? Even I wish the same for me. I didn't want to be doing a regular mechanical engineering course. I want to be financially independent, shine with my own skills and knowledge, gain respect in the society with my own identity and hard work. Yes, Merchant Navy is the right career for all of this. After a lots of research, I joined HIMT College in 2018. We all know practical knowledge is better than theoretical knowledge. HIMT College is the best with the high qualified and experienced faculties who can make a simple carbon solid like me into a shining diamond. I am glad for the choice I made. We have a very good workshop with the best instructors. Even with the lockdown and unprecedented COVID restrictions, our college is conducting a daily online classes. Guess what? I got 84% in my previous semester, which I think it's not that easy. It is all because HIMT College made me passionate on my stream, and now I really got interest in studying deeply as they provide endless support. In day-to-day life, I would like to say HIMT is the best college in discipline, with zero ragging, good infrastructure, good ambience, green environment, and most importantly, time management, safety, building up officer-like qualities. Coming up to sports, every year we have sports tournament in our college like cricket, badminton, swimming, chess, football, volleyball, table tennis, etc. We also had a gym for body workouts. And yes, now can proudly say that I choose the right way to shine. And for the students, I strongly suggest you to choose HIMT. We have cadets from all parts of India, and we have friends across BSc, ETO, GP, GMEs, batches too. You would never miss your home. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to share my experience with you all. I'm looking forward to see you all as my juniors in HIMT. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Ignesh. Thank you so much. And I'm quite sure as a senior, he is looking forward to seeing at least most of you, if not most of you, at least some of you. And before we move on forward, there's one question which has come about. Is it compulsory to pass the CET? Yes, we are affiliated to Indian Maritime University. And the common entrance test is conducted by the IMU. And as per their website, they are announced to have conducting this by end of August. But as you all know, we are in some extraordinary situation. So there is a likelihood the CET might get cancelled, might get postponed, preponed, anything can happen, or it might just go along with your 12th standard marks. Even if you do book your seat with us, if the CAT happens to be there, we are there to help you out, take you through the difficult period. But as I mentioned even earlier, you do not have to be brilliant to crack the CAT. We will help you to crack it and continue your education if you decide to pursue this career. There is also one more question people have asked about: what are the chances for a marine engineer ashore? I have one more colleague who is going to come and give an overview, because reaching the pinnacle of your career of becoming a master or a chief engineer is not the end of the world. That's only the beginning. And I can assure you, if you have your head on your shoulders, if you have lots of common sense, you will reach it at a very early part of your career. Every human being looks for challenges. Obviously, you want to build up a career ashore as well. So I request Mr. V. Ganapati Rao, another colleague of mine, to throw some light as what is life after reaching the pinnacle of career on board a ship ashore, whether you can make a career and what is it. Over to you, Mr. Ganapati Rao.
Sir, kindly unmute yourself.
Good morning. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Good morning. My name is Ganapati Rao. I hail from a place called Srikakulam in Andhra Pradesh, and I worked as chief engineer for 6 years. And after that, I have joined a shipping company in 1994 as superintendent in the shipping company, and I rose to the ranks of technical manager and vice president. And I worked on ships where we had about 22 ships in our company, shipping company, and looking after those ships, and a lot of superintendents under me. And also we have built ships in Hindustan Shipyard, double hull bulk carriers, and currently I'm working as a consultant with Tata Shipping. So there is so much of life after the sea life, and I would like to give you a detailed text about that. Respected parents and dear students, I feel a kind of exhilaration and excitement to invite you to this odyssey of most exclusive, glamorous, rewarding, and exciting career of seafaring and merchant shipping. The planet Earth looms large, about 70% with blue oceans as superhighways, and due to the continental shift, the food grades, the consumer goods, the medicines, oil, and gas is carried as worldwide tramping only through the merchant ships. Without merchant shipping, there is no civilization, there is no globalization, no development, and no prosperity. And indeed, half of the world is frozen in bone biting cold, and the other half shall go hungry to bed. While all land based industries in the recent unprecedented times of COVID shut shop and stayed indoors, it is the shipping that has shown extraordinary leadership and stuck its neck out to ferry goods, life-saving appliances, and life-saving medicines, and fast-moving consumer goods, everything across the continents, to demonstrate that they have courage to care for humanity. Of course, recently my colleagues have already told you and impressed upon you regarding the career path at sea. Once you have achieved the highest echelons in the hierarchy with a lot of brass on your shoulders on the ship, again, we have a sea of opportunities ashore, such as technical managers, which I was a standing example for you, and marine superintendents, classification society surveyors, surveyors at mercantile marine department, cargo surveyors, pilots in various seaports, maintenance engineers in power plants and windmills, five-star hotels, professors in maritime college, and such many opportunities of infinite opportunities are available to you from the from the shore side. We all come from the sea, and we are more or less associated with the sea in many ways. I am associated with HIMT College since 1998, and I vouch for its high degree of professionalism and competencies. And I strongly recommend that you put your best foot forward by joining at HIMT College. See you soon at HIMT College. Thank you very much, Captain Principal, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ganpati Rao. If on the other side, on the deck side, if you feel that what is going to be my future, what is going to be the opportunities, all I can tell you is this. The sky is the limit for anybody who is pursuing a career out at sea. You're not only going to be academic, you're going to be practical oriented. So when you step ashore, if you had asked this question 20, 25, 30 years back, the choices were limited. But today, the choices are absolutely unimaginable. So I would very, very strongly request you to consider this, that there is a life on board. Soon after you reach the pinnacle, you have a career and then move forward. And with so much of reskilling that is going around all over the place. There is another question which has been asked regarding what is the impact on the jobs that are due to the economic variance. All I can tell you is something. The major portion of the trade across the world is carried by sea. Whether it is COVID, whether it is a 1930 Black Fridays, or anything the world wars, the trade has bounced back. We also started with the wooden boats way back in 1980s, rather 1800s, move on to steel hulls. And in every stage, it has bounced back and it has grown multifold. So my personal gut feeling is this. Yes, there is a lull period due to COVID, but come 2021 and 2022, it is going to be a boom. Shipping has always been a cyclical business and we are at a low. Whoever is joining today, in the next 3 to 4 years, for the next 20 years, I can assure you that it is only going to be on the upswing. There is going to be no looking back. Now, having said this, as I mentioned in the beginning, we also would like to know a little bit about what your feelings are after this half an hour of interaction with us. So we will go through a small poll of 3 questions. We seek your indulgence. We request you to go ahead and please cast your vote in this, and we will announce whatever the results of the poll as we go along. May I request Niranjan to go ahead with the poll, please. Niranjan, you can stop the poll after exactly 10 more seconds, please. Thank you very much, Niranjan. And thank you very much, each and every participant, for having participated in the poll. Moving on further, we talked about the boys who are presently continuing their training in our institute. It's only fair that we bring in the experience or the views of those boys who have passed out from us. To do that, I would request our Vice Principal, Captain Anand Subramaniam, to introduce the boys and who will take you a little forward as what they have undergone and how much it has helped them now. Over to you, Captain Subramaniam.
Thank you very much, sir. In this next section, we're going to hear from the actual the cadets who have been through HIMT College. The first in the list is an audio message from an Indian cadet, Rohit Ranjan. He is an All India gold medalist in the last year's BTech Merit Engineering examinations conducted by IMU, All India examination. And I would request the IT team to please play this message of Cadet Rohit Ranjan.
Hi guys, this is Rohit Ranjan, a cadet of 5th batch of BTech in HIMT College. Guys, I was there from 1st of August 2015 till 20th June 2019. I'd say that the journey was really awesome. Thanks to the college temple, a place to confess, to ask for forgiveness, and to have peace. To my batchmates, teachers, Honorable CEO, seniors, juniors, and wardens. Thank you all for being with me for those 4 years and helping me. Now, guys, you have selected Merchant Navy as a career for yourselves, and for that, you need to select a good college so that you can have a good knowledge when you go on board a ship. So, guys, every college stands on 4 pillars: quality of training, infrastructure, quality of food, and management. Now, I'd say that HIMT has a good pool of experienced chief engineers, captains, and faculties for mathematics and all other important subjects who impart their knowledge to students at different levels of their academic life. I would thank to all these teachers and instructors who helped me in securing first rank in IMU and getting me a gold medal. Guys, the trainees' accommodation rooms, workshops, and simulation rooms are good and well equipped in the college. Now, quality of food. As far as food is considered, the masala chicken being served on Sundays in the college was really awesome, and I miss it a lot. Now, for all these 3 above features to be good, there should be a really strong and good management, and HIMT can set an example of it. The administrative management of HIMT is very good at its work. They always look for possibilities of developments and betterments in the college's academics, infrastructure, and quality of food. Now, guys, cadets at HIMT are also involved and a part of HIMT management team. So, last but not the least, everybody goes to a college to study and to get a job. And yeah, guys, you will also be getting chances. I got mine in the 6th semester of my academic life, and I was placed in Goodwood Ship Management. I wish that you will grab yours too. So I'd say that, guys, welcome to our world of adventures and possibilities. Welcome to Merchant Navy, guys. Good luck.
There was an audio speech from Indian cadet Rohit Ranjan, who was passed out from HIMT last year. Next, I would like to call upon the cadet Rohit Rai, sailing with Woodward Maritime Services, India, and he's just back home after a tenure at sea. So Rohit, all yours.
Good evening to respected parents, the seafarers, and my esteemed faculty from HIMT College. I'm Deck Cadet Rohit Kumar Rai of BSc Batch 5, and I'm just back from a tenure at sea. let me give you a brief introduction about my experience in HIMT College as well as on board my first ship. Let me start with why I joined Merchant Navy actually. I always wanted an adventurous career and I was not interested in 9 to 5 desk job. That is as simple as it is. So for that adventurous career in 2016, I joined BSc Nautical Science. That is in HIMT College. I finished my 3 years of pre-sea training in 2019, where I was cadet captain for 2 years. In a placement drive in HIMT College, I got selected in one of the leading company when I was in second year itself. Talking about HIMT, HIMT will always have a special space in my life, in my professional life, as this is the place from where my career as a seafarer started. As a cadet, what we learn in HIMT will always stay with us. Best part, according to me, as far as I am concerned, in HIMT is the team of immensely experienced faculties and their expertise with the way they deal with the trainees are something that we have to really admire about. Excellent infrastructure in the campus is the major factor which helped us to understand the topics which is being taught to us. This institute imparts a positive attitude which is very helpful for our seagoing career. Overall, I shall always cherish my 3 years spent in this glorious institute, and I'm thankful for the way I was trained because it helped me in sharpening my skills as a future seafarer with adequate physical fitness and mental sharpness. Now coming to the experience part on board my first ship. I was sailing on a foreign going vessel which was normally trading in Mediterranean. Since it was trading in Mediterranean, normally my port of call used to be the European ports. Few of them are in the North Russia, in Italy, Trieste, Santa Venezia, Livorno. My first vessel was actually a crude oil tanker, and I had to participate in almost all the activities in order to make sure that I am familiar with all the shipboard tasks, which will be done by me when I become an independent officer. I was lucky to get the officers during the course of my training. Overall, I have to describe my own experience that it is a blend of adventure, responsibility, workmanship, and pride. It is on board that I realized the importance of discipline and positive attitude, which was imparted to me during my course of training in HIMT College. I wish you all the very best in your future and yourself like I did. Thank you.
Yes, that was Rohit Kumar Ray. Thank you very much, Rohit. Next up is another short video from one of our ex-cadet, Gajendra. He's presently on board Tom Emily, and he sent this video all the way from the middle of the Indian Ocean. Please note that his ship was gently swaying at sea when he has recorded this video. So let's have a look at the video of Deck Cadet Gajendra.
Best regards to all my gurus and hello to my friends. This is actually a small Thanksgiving video to my HIMT family for supporting me and make me stand with courage in this competent world of today. And to answer many of Merchant Navy aspirants who are in dilemma whether to join this profession or not. I am recording this video during my stay on ship sailing in the middle of Indian Ocean. So friends, I am Gajendra Singh, currently sailing with Tom Shipping as deck cadet with my sailing roots from HIMT College. Firstly, why join Merchant Navy? Every industry that we work in has some pros and some cons. If we talk about the pros in maritime industry, there are far more than the cons. talking about the advantages or the pros, Merchant Navy is a very dynamic career, full of challenges which makes a person strong and independent at such young age. As most of us know that 90% of the world's trade is through shipping and ships. So you can just imagine the efforts the ship crew delivers to make this happen and to flourish this industry for bringing a balance to this world. And not only the life on board is exciting and amazing, we also get paid well at such young age to make our life and to give our family a decent lifestyle. And yes, who doesn't want to travel the world while working? Talking about the only call that I feel is staying away from family. But now I believe that everything in life comes with some sacrifices. So even though staying away from family is difficult, our industry have understood the needs of seafarers and connected them to their families digitally. That means the sacrifice isn't a sacrifice anymore. So that's all about my experience on board. And now, talking about my HIMT family, there is a famous poem in Hindi that Guru Govind Dom Khade Kake Lagu Paye, Balihari Guru Aapne Govind Diyo Bataye, which means even if there is a God and Guru standing in front of me, I'll always first respect my Guru, because the path to God is also shown by Guru. So Guru being my HIMT college and Govind being the career of Merchant Navy, the respect which I have for my college is far more than I have for the career of Merchant Navy, because they have made my dreams come true. They have trained me to stand where I am today. Their efforts to hone my skills are undoubtedly immense. Their training made me feel that I am no less competent to grow in this industry. So my heartful thanks to all my gurus and our MD, Chief Engineer Sanjeev Vakil, to make this happen to me, because without you all, I could not have imagined my present, and will surely not let you.
All right. So that was a small presentation from our ex-cadets from HIMT College. Over to you, Captain Chandra.
Thanks, Captain Subra. Before we move on with the next one, I've got a question which needs to be answered. The difference between a nautical science and a BTech marine engineering, just to tell you, BSc nautical science lays the foundation for you to become and pursue a career in the deck side of a ship, merchant ship. You join as a cadet. As Mr. Sriram pointed out, you become a third officer, second officer, chief officer, and finally the master of a vessel, where you are called captain so-and-so. That becomes a rank for you. On the other hand, the BTech marine engineering, you join as a junior engineer after passing your BTech, move on to become the fourth engineer, third engineer, second engineer, and the chief engineer of a ship. To differentiate between the two, these two are two arms of your body. Both are equally good. Both are equally important. Both have got immense responsibility. As well as the other one is concerned, one which is also asked by one of the participants, the basic need for physical it is not as stringent as in armed forces, but all the same, one aspect where we are very strict, and it is not a question of HIMT being strict, we are governed by the rules of the Director General of Shipping, which is universal, which is a signatory to IMO rules and regulations. The color blindness of any kind is absolutely a non-starter. If you cannot differentiate between the red and the green, you are not eligible to be sailing out at sea. It's something very similar to running an engine as an engine driver. A minimum basic standard, the height should at least be 157 centimeters, with your weight being at 48 kilograms. We are also particular about the eyesight which are laid down by the Director General of Shipping. As I said, color blindness is a non-starter. As far as the BSc Nautical Science is concerned, unaided, one eye has to have a 6x6, which is a normal vision, with a little bit power as to 6x9. For a BTech, a little more relaxation. You can have 6x12 in each eye, 6x9 in the better eye, or 6x18 in the other eye. Now, to convert it in terms of what we call 1.25 or 1.5, unfortunately, I am not an ophthalmologist to say that, but if you have a specific query, please send it to us. We will compare, consult our doctor, and get back to you. But these are the minimum standards. Minimum standards in terms of what we talk about 6x9, and that should be good enough for you to take. Moving on further, one question which must have come, I mean, as I can see from the poll, a lot of you, most of you are excited in pursuing a career which can give you a stable life, a career with excitement added with money. Obviously, the choices are plenty across the world and also India. There is a question which will be asked, why HIMT? To give a little bit about what we are, what we have done, where we are today, I now request our Vice Principal, Captain Anand Subramaniam, to answer the question, why HIMT? Over to you, Subram.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And good morning again to all the respected parents, the future budding seafarers, and my dear colleagues from HIMT College. I'm Captain Anand Subramanian. I joined Sea way back in 1994 as a deck cadet. Climbed up the ranks over the years, third officer, second officer, chief officer, and then in the year 2007, I became a master. I sailed as a master in oil and chemical ships for more than 10 years, sailing across the oceans, across the world. And then in the year 2018, I joined HIMT College. Let me give you a small introduction on why you should choose HIMT College and how HIMT College can give that extra edge to you in your maritime career. Let me begin my video by first of all explaining about what is about the college, about our college, HIMT College. Our college started off way back in 1998. In 1998, the college HIMT was established by Mr. Sanjeev S. Vakil, our present CEO. Quickly, in the matter of 3 years, HIMT became India's largest maritime training institute by the number of courses approved under DG Shipping. We presently conduct more than 50 Indian government DG approved maritime courses. Our present pre-C campus was on since 2005, and here in this pre-C campus, we run 6 DG approved long duration courses. HIMT is not only about the pre-C. HIMT has got this pre-C campus located off Chennai near Mahabalipuram. We also have HIMT Post-C College located in the heart of Chennai city, that is in Kilpauk. We also have another center of HIMT in OMR, that's again in Chennai. And recently we have opened up HIMT in Visakhapatnam, that's Vizag HIMT. And so these are the 4 centers of HIMT. All these 4 centers and all these 50 plus courses what we are running now, the courses which are really applicable for those students who have just cleared the 12th standard is the 3 years BSc Nautical Science in the navigation stream and 4 years BTech Marine Engineering in the engineering stream. Please note that these two courses are approved under DG Shipping and Indian Maritime University, and they are recognized world over. Let's talk something about the infrastructure in our college. We have a ship in campus that is located right inside the campus where we learn about the main engine, about the bridge, about all those practical hands-on experience. We also have a well-equipped navigation lab with simulators, steering simulator, navigation simulator, and the bridge equipment, what you actually find on board the ships. We also have a vast engine workshop and labs where you're given hands-on experience on various machineries. Again, what you see on board the ships. We also have a large seamanship lab where you get to see a hands-on experience on all those deck equipments and safety equipments during a training period. We also have a mock-up where we practice on the live firefighting and also live working on the lifeboats and life rafts for the safety training. Let's talk about the campus now. The campus is kind of a green oasis in the highway. It's located right next to the one of the national highway going from Chennai to down south. So the accessibility is very, very good. In the campus, you see greenery all around. And being located close to the seashore, you have a very breezy ambience also. And lastly, our campus is also extended online. In this present COVID times, when all of us are at home with this lockdown, HIMT has been running live online classes for all our competency as well as the pre-C courses. So yes, we have our campus online also. Let's talk about our faculty. We have a large number of permanent and serving officers as faculty. A big list of senior master mariners, a big list of senior chief engineers, and also a lot of sailing officers who take classes during their vacation. They add those extra edge because they are connected to sea and they have been to sea very often. We also have a big list of experienced instructors who give you that practical trainings and that most important hands-on experience. The full details can be seen in our website, www.himtcollege.com. HIMT, like I said, is not only about the pre-C college. Once you finish your pre-C college, you would want to do more examinations, you want to do more courses to climb up your the career ladder. HIMT is a one-stop training solutions for all your maritime training needs. Training seafarers from trainees to captain and extra first-class chief engineers. HIMT has got all the courses under one roof. All the mandatory government-approved courses, what you would require to do as part of your certificates, are done in HIMT. All practical and simulator-based courses also done under the same roof in HIMT. And we have 4 centers located in Chennai and Vizag, so it gives you an option of selecting the courses, selecting the centers which is very close to you. Lastly, the awards. We have a long list of awards and accreditation. The latest one being given to us by Maritime Standard Award, that was for excellence in maritime education and training. This award was conducted in Dubai last year. And we also have Grade 1 Outstanding for Excellence in Maritime Training. This is issued by DNVGL under Daily Shipping Comprehensive Inspection Program. For the full list of awards and accreditation, please again visit our website, www.himtcollege.com. And lastly, I would say HIMT stands for Maritime Training. So welcome to HIMT, and you can get all this and much more details in our website. So thank you very much. And yes, that's it, sir. Captain Chandra.
Thanks, Captain Subra. Thanks for introducing HIMT to our honorable visitors, and hopefully some of them would become our own trainees. Before we move on forward, I have a question to answer. What is the income difference between a nautical science and a marine engineering? I would like to ask that similar question back to the gentleman called Harish Ram. Out of the 2 hands, would you prefer the right hand to be better than the left hand, or left hand to be better than the right hand? Both the hands are equally good. Both hands are required. As I said, the difference in wages, if you really look at it, in the equal ranks would almost be equal. There will not be much of a difference, probably depending upon the type of a ship you go, depending upon the type of things you do, like what you have in an armed forces. You have some special zones, you have the risk zones where you have a special allowance. If there is something of that nature, otherwise you will look at it, a deck cadet with a trainee marine engineer, 3rd officer with a 4th engineer, and so on, a 2nd engineer with a chief officer master and a chief engineer. I've had the privilege of sailing with one of the very senior most chief engineers when I was a master. His wages were higher than mine because of his seniority. So there is basically no difference. All the notes are green, whether you join the deck side or the engine side. So I hope that answers the question. There's one question which is some Rupali Mori must answer. I will answer it at the right time after you hear two more of our past cadets who have progressed in their career a little bit. To introduce them and listen to them, I request Captain Anand Subramaniam to introduce the boys. Thank you. Over to you, Subra.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Next up is again about talk about Merchant Navy. We have a third officer, Kalai Arasan. He is an ex-cadet of HIMT Pre-C College, and he's presently studying for his Chief Officer's exam in HIMT Post-C Center. He's sailing with Synergy Maritime Limited, and I would request Third Officer Kalai Arasan to come up with your experience of HIMT and sailing at sea.
Good afternoon to all parents, future seafarers, and my faculties from HIMT. I am Third Officer Kalai Arasan, and I am currently sailing as Third Officer in a leading ship management company working on board chemical tankers. After my 12th class, I cleared IMU CET and selected HIMT College for a glorious career at sea. Here, I was trained both academically and practically for facing all the challenges at sea. Practical training includes watchkeeping, where I kept 4-hour watch every day, same like watchkeeping in a ship. Seamanship workshop, where I came to know about practical use of safety items that are on board a ship, and I learned basics of rope work. Training ship Madhurika, a training ship right inside the campus of HIMT College, where I saw an actual ship on land. Engineering workshop gives me a basic knowledge of engineering jobs that we do on board a ship. After my pre-C training, with the help of HIMT placement guidance, I got selected in a leading ship management company for onboard training as a deck cadet. Thanks to well-disciplined training and skills gained in my time in HIMT College, I got good appreciations and feedback from my senior officers. I am thankful for HIMT to have molded me as a strong and responsible officer. I successfully completed my onboard training and came to HIMT for officer's exam. I'm proud to say that at the age of 21, I became financially independent. I cleared my officer's exam successfully and joined back the ship as a navigating officer who is responsible for the safe navigation of a multi-million-dollar ship and a multi-million-dollar cargo. I presently working on chemical tankers, which are highly sophisticated ships which requires highly skillful and hardworking and talented persons. The foundation for this is laid by HIMT. During my sailings, I have visited many countries like USA, UK, Denmark, Sweden, Singapore, etc., where I went on shore leave. I have visited many world-famous tourist spots, met different people, understand their culture, tasted variety of food, etc. No other profession gives you a chance to roam around the world like Merchant Navy. After 3 years working as officer on ships, presently I am doing my Chief Mate course in HIMT for my next promotion as Chief Officer. From pre-C training till you become a captain of a ship, HIMT is with you for all your training needs. HIMT is a one-stop solution for all maritime trainings. Thank you for giving this opportunity in sharing my experience and the bond between me and HIMT with you all. Be safe, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kalai Arasan. Next, we have a short video of 4th Engineer Achut Nair, who is presently on board Tom Timothy of Tom Shipping India Private Limited. He was also our ex-BTech cadet, and I request the IT team to please play the small video.
Hi, myself Achut Nair here, currently sailing as a 4th engineer in Tom. Well, I was a student of the first BTech batch of HIMT. I got placed to the college itself and have been sailing the same company since then. Well, I was happy to know that the college still remembers me and wanted to share my sailing experience with you all youngsters who are aspiring to join Merchant Navy. Well, I won't take much of your time. All I would like to say, if you are looking for a career which is different in its own way, which will reward you for the hard work you put in, which will take you to different parts of the world, and which will make you emotionally strong as you will be away from your family for a long time, and which will teach you new things every single day, and finally which will make you feel proud of who you are, then join Merchant Navy. Yes, every profession has its own pros and cons. Myself, my batchmates, my juniors, we all have experienced a bad time too. But I would like to say that if you believe in yourself and if you're ready to work hard, then joining this profession will be one of the best decisions you take in your life. So all the best. Choose your career well.
Thanks. Thank you, Captain Subra. And I think that there were two key words which the fourth engineer talked about, Mr. Nair. Believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to put in a lot of hard work. Nothing comes easy in life. Before we move on, I did talk about the eyesight. I've been informed by my colleagues. One of the gentlemen who has put in a query with respect to the unaided, as I mentioned to you. Unaided for a deck side, if you have a power, it's very difficult unless you get it corrected by laser surgery. On the other hand, on the engine side, as I mentioned, 6/12 in each eye, and which can be corrected with your glasses, is acceptable. Again, you repeat, a specific question, prima facie, your power seems to be well under control to be inducted into the BTech. But all the same, we would request you to send an email, particularly with your power now and how long you have it. We will get it checked up and come back to you in no time. I think that's the best what we can do at the present circumstances. Moving on further, I have another colleague of mine who is the principal of our Vizag campus. More importantly, that's why he was the controller of examination of the Indian Maritime University to which we are affiliated. Who else can be a better person to give an overview why to join a college which is affiliated to IMU? What are the plus points of joining? Over to you, Mr. Durga Prasad. Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. No one. Thank you, Captain Chandra, and I welcome all my friends, colleagues, everybody, whoever is there, parents, prospective seafarers. Hope everything is well with you all at this time. I've been hearing to a lot of presentations and things. Friends, whoever is trying to join Merchant Navy, let me tell you, difficult times are always there, like Captain Chandra has mentioned earlier. Yes, even when we passed out, things were not very easy. We were not also getting jobs. We had to wait for quite a bit of a time and then run from pillar to post. But nevertheless, the career we started, though we were a bit late compared to maybe some of our colleagues or classmates or counterparts, but definitely Merchant Navy offers you a variety of a good career on board. Definitely, I recommend you all to join Merchant Navy, number one. Number two, after you reach your ranks up in the Merchant Navy, like you can become a master, you can become a chief engineer, and there are plenty of opportunities ashore. Myself, I'm a marine engineer by profession, and from after I quit my sailing after 14 years, I have done so many jobs. So there are a lot of opportunities. I was in shipbuilder, I was a ship repairer, I was a ship designer, then I was working with administration. Then, of course, my last assignment was with the Indian Maritime University of say Central University. Now, why should you join any institute affiliated to IMU? See, getting a degree from a central university has its own value. Joining a private university or getting a state university is different, because in between your sailing terms and you want to come ashore for a while, or you want to take up a job, your degree is well recognized. And IMU being a central university has got its own standards. And like I would say the standards are definitely much this thing and stringent. And definitely it will come in handy for you in future the aspirations also. Therefore, you should always join any institute under IMU. That will be the best one. Now, coming to the IMU conducts CET, which is mandatory as per IMU requirement. And I'm sure you are all very, very talented. You have studied well in your and done well in your 10+2 examinations. I'm sure it will not be difficult for you to crack this examination. And moreover, now that you are trying to join HIMT, it will be a good thing. Once you enroll, I'm sure the faculty here will take care and see you through the entrance also, which should not be a problem for you all. And during my tenure with IMU, we have seen this performance of children, students from the HIMT college who have done wonderfully well. And its progression was very good. So therefore, you have come to a right place, and I wish you all the best to take up the next step and join. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Durga Prasad. That's a sweet and short one as why IMU, which is a central university compared to the others one. And may I now request our CEO to say a few words as why you should choose Merchant Navy and what are the advantages you will have in your career. Over to you, Mr. Sanjeev Vakil.
Thank you, Captain Chandra. Good afternoon, my dear students, parents, colleagues, and those who are live here as well as on YouTube. Good afternoon to you all. You have been hearing for last an hour about HIMT, HIMT, and HIMT. I think you all be wondering why HIMT. We are here to just see what we are going to gain. And for that reason, I would say more than HIMT, I would say that seeing is believing. And whom all you saw today, whom all you heard today, I think each of them have been part of HIMT. HIMT till date has almost trained about 320,000 seafarers, students. Issued certificates right from our pre-C to the post-C, because we are one of the only institute who run courses right from the rating level to the cadets of all the disciplines to all the post-C courses till the extra chiefs and the masters. So we have been fortunate enough to have trained so many seafarers, and I think today each of them speak for themselves. And that's the greatest achievement which HIMT has gained. More than being HIMT, if we say that, okay, Captain Chandra is the principal, he has done some course. Everybody, I think everybody who are here have done some course, and that's the greatest happiness what we achieve. Life is surely not bed of roses. Let me not just tell you all that, okay, shipping is the best career and everything. Yes, shipping, as it's always told, it is not for the top notch. It is not for people who are getting more than 95s, which IIT is waiting for you all. But shipping is for those all who are okay on average, who has a good attitude, who want to work hard, who want to change a complete family from what you were and what you are. So I think it's a challenging career. You have hardships for sure. Even in the college, we train you to be 4 years and 3 years away from home. It's just for one reason that, okay, on ships also you are away for 4 months to 6 months. And same we do here as well. You will have your classes for 4 months, and then again you go for a semester leave, again you come back. So you are getting tuned to it. We make you not just good in academics, but we also train you in other activities, whether it's your sports, whether it's your PT, your physical health, which is important on board. So completely we train you. Our team, our parent would be like your parents. That's one thing which I can assure. that we have a good team of people who have been associated with the HIMT from the day of inception for 20-21 years, and that's something which is worth mentioning here. And they'll take care of each of your awards to the parents who are here. And personally, being by profession a chief engineer at sea, I think this has not been just a business that we have started this institute. It has been a passion to give back to the industry, and that's how I think I had a very small stint at sea. And seeing as believing again, I'd say I just joined in 90, and by 97 I was chief engineer. By 98 I was out. So I think I would be one of the youngest who have just has the least experience on shipping. In 8 years I've been back ashore, and today what a child is in front of you. So you all have a bright career. You all have, it's your own passion which will build you across. It can take you to any level. It can take you to any level. So it's your own passion which has to come across. And as you all know, Indian government has certainly from 140,000 seafarers, which were 2 years back. Today it stands to 207,000 seafarers. And the vision of the government of India is to certainly make it to at least 5 lakhs by 2025. So government is certainly encouraging this profession. And in this tough times of COVID, I would salute the DG Shipping and the government of India who have been supporting the Indian seafarers, and Indian seafarers are globally being recognized today because more than about 30,000 sign-offs have happened in this particular industry by charter flights, which many of the other countries have not done. So I would once again welcome each of you, and certainly you are in safe hands. Kindly do join HIMT, and we all will take care of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vakil. Now it's time to get announced the first poll results. May I now request Keaton to share the results of the first poll. Yeah, as you can see, you have 50-50 of partly from seafarers family, partly this. Number 2 is very encouraging to say that how would you feel if you're given a chance to travel around the world and to visit new countries? Yes, all of us are interested. That's very good. Would you like to take up an adventurous career? Yes, again, it's an overwhelming majority of 91%. Thank you so much, Keaton. May I now request once again to take part in the proceedings by attending to this, again, a small poll, which is just about 2 to 3 questions. Please, may I request your indulgence once again. May I request Niranjan, thank you.
While they're answering, Captain Chandra, may I request, if it's possible, probably to unmute others, and those who want can raise hand and they can speak for themselves, asking questions after this?
Yes, we just finished the poll in 20 seconds, then we will open the floor.
No, while we are speaking across, while the poll is going on, we could just try that. So if somebody...
Yeah, they're okay, fine. Can we go back to the full screen? Yeah, okay. Now the floor is open for any questions. Please raise your hand. We will unmute you. You will have to identify yourself and ask your question. Before we move forward, there are 2 questions which are pending with me, which I will answer before we move forward for taking the questions. One is about the fees. The difference between the fees, there is no difference between the annual fees of your BSc and the BTech. The only difference is the BSc is of a 3-year duration. The BTech is of the 4-year duration. We are talking about 3,25,000 rupees per annum, whether it is BSc or the BTech, plus the 25,000 rupees as a refundable deposit. There is also one question which has been waiting for quite some time. I thought some of the answers you would have got by listening to our past cadets who are sailing as cadets, and some who have already progressed in their career. We do not own ships as HIMT. We are not a ship owning company. We don't have ships of our own. But our contacts are with management companies as well as the ship owning companies. Quite a lot of companies keep visiting our campuses for your campus placement. Even during this COVID time, it's our pleasure to announce that even the companies contact us and the recruitment is on. Even after you pass out, in case you're not placed, unfortunately you're not placed, we follow you and make sure you get a footing. So we are not talking about 100% placement, nor we assure any placement. But at the end of the day, when the companies come, they pick up the cream. So one of the most important things, though we don't expect any one of you to be brilliant as has been told, you need to be a common sense and do not have arrears. Whoever have not had arrears in their exams, like some of these boys who have already pointed out, they have already been placed in the second year itself. I think the placement answer is given by them, not by me. Now the floor is open. Please feel free to raise your hand, and after we unmute you, you can ask your question. Thank you. You can stop the poll now.
I think what first is you can post your question across, and then Captain Chandra would just read your name, and probably you can put it on chat, and Captain Chandra would just unmute yourself.
Okay, Abhijit, now that you have raised your hand, please go ahead, Abhijit.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I have registered for the next upcoming GP rating batch. May I know when this batch will be start?
As you are aware, the college is closed by the orders of Government of India and also the prevalent waters in Tamil Nadu. We ourselves are waiting for the instructions as well as the guidance from the Director General of Shipping. The present batch had to be sent home because of COVID-19, though the theoretical portion of their curriculum has been completed. The practical portion is yet to be completed. And once we have a clear indication from the Government of India, we would also be able to give you an indication as when we would start the next course. Thank you. Two have raised. Joshwin Joseph, could you switch on your video and then ask the question, please? Joshwin Joseph, could you please identify yourself and then ask your question, please? There is a question from Harish Ram. Let me answer the question before Joshwin Joseph makes up his mind. Is there any extra fees for the hostel? The amount which I mentioned as 3,25,000 covers your boarding, lodging, as well as your fees. Your academic fees, that includes the fees which we have to pay to the IMU as well on your behalf. I hope that answers the question. Joshwin, could we identify yourself and then ask the question, please?
If you are shy to ask questions, sir, no problem. You can go through a chat mode till then, because since it's going on public, those who want, we thought we could have them answer. Rest, I think, otherwise in chat, I think you have a few questions, you can answer them. No issues.
May I ask the second poll result also to be put up? It's good to know the 91% I'm interested in knowing more about Merchant Navy. We would like to hear from you. Please get in touch with us what more we can offer. Now, probably this is the right time and that we would like to tell you that we intend conducting 2 more webinars in the next 2 Saturdays. That is the 25th of July and also the 1st of August at 1100 hours. And that will be a little more interactive with the people, with the students, with the cadets. Feel free to send in your questions even before, or you can take part and ask more questions. We are here still to answer your questions. It is also good to know that over 77% have got more than 50, 60% in your PCM, and English is excellent, very good, because let me remind you, though we are a multilingual organization, a multilingual profession, but the main language across is supposed to be only English. So no matter what your mother tongue is, at the end of the day, you have to converse in English, which is a universal language, to make yourself understand as well as make others understand. So English, is good to know that over 90% is there. If you're a little shy of speaking, most of us who have been brought up in India, we speak a lot in our own vernacular. So we are a little shy. We will take the shyness out and we will nicely groom you into speaking English as well. Harish Ram, is there one more question which he has put up? Is there any scholarship for the SC quota? Basically, there is no quota as well. We do appreciate, we do have scholarship schemes which are put up in our website as well, depending upon your merit scholarship and also depending upon your income group. So it is a very generic question. Yes, there is, but not as an SC quota, but as for the merit, as well as for your continual good performance also is being looked after. There is also a question called, can parents visit the institute? Yes, very much. Now in the present conditions where you have a lot of restrictions, please take care. And Tamil Nadu, unfortunately, is one of the hotspots in terms of your COVID-19. There are a lot of travel restrictions if you are coming from outside. Even if you want to visit now, you will have to follow the protocols which are laid down by the government, taking precautions, but we are ready to receive you. The campus is still manned. You can still visit, though you might not be able to see any cadets because all the students are back home. We are waiting for the directions, as I said, from the Government of India to resume. Somebody has asked a question in the YouTube, I believe, why paramilitary training? Yes, we do understand that you're not going out at sea on a merchant ship to fight wars. But at the end of the day, we are talked about the merchant navy as the second line of defense to the normal. In terms of war, we act as a backup to them. We are not trained in terms of warfare, but at the end of the day, shipping out at sea needs a lot of discipline. A discipline has got to be inculcated in each and every one of you. That is also one of the reasons why we take you at the age of 18 so that we can mold you from an unpolished stone into a beautiful statue. And you can raise the platform very well from the founding what we give, from the foundation what we lay over here. That is the reason we inculcate a certain amount of discipline. You might not like it in the initial stages, but I assure you, once you step on board, each and everything what we have done, what we have imparted to you will have a role to play. Is there anything else that you would like to ask? After studying marine engineering, can we apply for a naval officer post? Captain Subra, can you take this question saying that after studying marine engineering, can we apply for a naval officer post?
No, sir, because our training is basically for merchant navy, and for naval engineering course, the candidates won't be able to go directly because Indian Navy conducts a different parallel training for them. So there includes more about self-defense kind of trainings and all, which we will not be doing. We are purely for merchant training and purely for merchant vessels.
The only advantage you will have is that you have a degree with you, like any other engineering degree. That's all I can add to that. Will you be taken straight away as a second lieutenant on board an Indian naval ship? The answer is no. That's what Captain Subra has said.
Captain Chandra, I would like to have a word here. Yes, they can go for short service commission after graduation. It is there. A lot of people go there if they want. There's no this thing on that. And this training definitely will help them in overcoming those, whatever the initial recruitment process. Because many people in IMU have gone to SSBs and other places. They can go. So short service commission after graduation. Definitely they can go. Only thing it is like any other graduate going. So there is no bar on that. But it will not be a direct recruitment for Navy. That is the only thing.
Who are the two participants raised their hands? Can you see, Kirtan? Who are the two participants raised their hand? Can you highlight them?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Gautam Krishna. What is your question?
So please tell about the recruitment pattern in your academy.
Unfortunately, it's not very clear, Gautam. Can you please repeat that question?
So can you please tell about the recruitment pattern in your academy?
The recruitment aspect of our academy. May I request Captain Subra to take over this question?
Okay. As far as these two courses are concerned, if you've just done your 10+2, then the first and foremost is you have to apply for IMU CET, that is Common Entrance Examination. That is the first and foremost. Secondly, you should have more than 60% aggregate in your 10+2. That's in PCM, only in PCM.
So I have 90% in my +2 examinations.
All right. Okay. And Durga Prasad, sir, you want to add?
Okay, I'll add on here. No problem. I think Captain Chandra. So recruitment now this time, since due to pandemic, IMU is also not ready on the dates. So probably I think we have started across the admissions, and they can directly apply to us, and they can book across, and IMU will come across a CET. But meanwhile, I think our team is already been supporting those who are already enrolled by giving them some ways, giving some coaching to appear for the IMU CET. And if the IMU CET, which is supposed to be happening next month, as Captain Chandra mentioned, it happens, I'm sure even IMU has mentioned and even the government has mentioned that the exams are not going to be as tough as it was. It was never tough earlier also, but then now this year, I think it's going to be more simpler and anybody could step through easily. But nevertheless, I think they can apply to us, and I'm sure under the leadership of Captain Chandra and the team, they will support them across.
So can we apply now?
Yeah, you can apply.
Can we apply now?
You can apply right today also, Captain Chandra.
How much is, what is the procedure for application?
Yes, Captain Chandra, please. Can you take
okay. Now you can go on to our website and log in yourself. You will automatically be guided by our admission team. Even if you leave your phone number as well as your email ID in the chat, our admission team will get in touch with you and guide you through the admission, Gautam.
So with the examination date, can it be?
The examination
date.
The examination date for the common entrance examination test by the IMU as on date is end August. But the admission or your enrollment is already on for IMU. But they will come up with a final decision as when it is going to be conducted by the end of July. So I would very strongly advise you, go ahead and enroll yourself as in the CET, and simultaneously, please get in touch with us to block your seat. So either way, your seat is assured.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gautam.
So much thank you.
There were two more hands which was raised. Anybody else, Kirtan?
Mr. Shubham.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So actually, I'm a cousin of my brother is actually a student in your college. He is in BTech batch, I guess, the final year. So like seeing the uniform and the lifestyle, I've always wanted to be in this field. It's actually appealing to see all this. But my only concern is, will I be able to get a job after my course? Because he's in the final year and he says that there is no hope of him getting a job. He's in the top 10 rank. He told me not to reveal his name, but I think I should have done it. But that's the different parts. He's having his own life and I'm just starting my career. I just passed my 12th. I've scored a 95% and I want to be in Merchant Navy because there are a lot of fields I can go into, but this field is actually appealing for me. But the main concern is spending around 12 to 15 lakhs in a college and not getting a job after it. It's hard to think about it. So can you please help me out?
Captain Subra, would you like to take this on?
Yeah, all right, sir. See, first of all, the opportunities are there. It is not like, it is not that the opportunity, I mean, we are short of opportunities, but the opportunities are there only for those students who like kind of excel, who do better, who do good in their placement interviews. So in HIMT, we do have the placement drives. The companies do approach us. We do forward the names to them. So and we ensure that all the candidates also get a chance. But then, because of this COVID, there was some delay in some placement drives because again, I think you will agree with me that even the shipping companies had gone slow down in their recruitment process also, because there was a big uncertainty as to when the ship will be coming. There was no flights. There were so many things. And see, the shipping is a thriving business. I mean, you need the people on board to take the cargo around, to kind of like command those ships and all. So opportunities are available, and we have been like what you call sending out the BTech candidates also out to sea. So it's just a matter of waiting for your chance and then being ready yourself also. So I guess yeah, Shubham, go ahead.
It's not about the time right now, sir. If I will be joining this year, I'm talking about 4 years down the lane.
Exactly,
So I don't know. See, sir, I know the placement situation in India right now. No, not even one normal engineering college is giving us placement in the core companies. That's why I love Merchant Navy. At least we get to do the job in the studies we are doing. We get to job in that. Because normally we're seeing that mechanical and electrical guys are going into the IT firms, which I don't want from me. I want to study that thing. I want to work in the same field. That's why I love Merchant Navy. But the job scenario in India is actually very bad. That's what I've seen in the Google and everywhere.
Okay,
Even
Shubham, if I can
my brother
interject
says
you,
about it.
you just now
Yes,
saw
sir.
some videos. You just now spoke. I mean, you heard some people, live people. So we're not making up these things. You're seeing live people.
Yes,
How
sir.
do you think they have gone on board? Because they have worked hard for it. They have that urge, that they have that josh in them to, yes, I want to be taking up a sea career. I want to be on. So it is just that how you look at it yourself, your outlook, your the way you look ahead. The jobs are available. Again, I would say the jobs are available, but they are only available to those guys who put their best into it. If you're, if you're doing that 4 years of course, and then if you happen to accumulate some areas, and if that company is coming at that particular time when you have the areas, then you lose out on the chance. That's why I would say don't look at the negative side of it. Put your best into it, and I'm sure you'll some companies will give you a chance.
And may I add to what Captain Subra said? To be very honest with you, I mentioned it to you. Shipping is a cyclical business. And
Yes,
it's
sir.
called shipping as a derived demand. So long there is trade between the countries, shipping cannot come to a standstill. It is going to continue. And as the pundits have said, come 2021, there is going to be a boom. Come 2022, probably it is only going to increase. So if you join this year of 2020, if you pursue a BSc Nautical Science, you will probably be passing out in 2023. Right at that time, you are there in the boom when the boom takes place. If you are joining what do you call a BTech, you'll be passing out in 2024.
Yes, sir.
Now, even during this lull period, if a second year student has already got placed, all I can tell you, as Captain Subra very rightly pointed out, the situation is not as rosy as you just walk out of it, somebody is waiting there with a thing. And you also said, no matter what sort of education or what sort of an institution you come out with, the jobs are not in abundance.
Yes, sir.
So you have to become the best of the best. We can take a horse to the water. We keep telling this. But drinking is in your hands.
Yes, sir.
If you do well, I assure you, in the second year or third year itself, you will find yourself, you're already there. You heard that fourth engineer, you heard the third officer, you heard both the cadets talking about it. So, two more things which the fourth engineer said, again I repeat. Yeah, hard work and the willingness to work and a very positive attitude will take you anywhere. Sky is the limit. Worst come worst, you already got a degree. In what way is it inferior to any other degree? You can walk into any place. You can become an IPS officer. You can become an IAS officer for all you know. So nothing stops you. So it is a question of a mental block, saying that he is not getting it, I am not getting it. Everywhere there is a pros and cons, as this cadet very rightly pointed out. The pros are more in favor of a merchant navy carrier. At the age of 31, 32, 33, imagine yourself to be in command of a vessel which is worth millions and millions of dollars, carrying cargo worth millions and millions of dollars. For your kind information, the world's biggest ship is commanded by an Indian master. So we are talking about something which is in your hands as much as in our hands. I hope that answers your query.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Mr. Shubham.
Hi, sir.
I would like to
Hi,
answer
I
your
know
question.
you, sir. I know you, sir. I have seen your photos.
Okay, fine. Let me tell you my experience when I passed out in 2005. You know, we were only a batch of 14 from another college, and I was not given any opportunity to attend a campus interview. So when I passed out from the college, I had to go to Mumbai, which is the hub of everything, especially maritime industry. When I went there, when I meet people over there, they say, no, we've been here for 2 years, no job, for 3 years, no job, you know. So, and when I was trying to get a job, what I've observed is these people who talk about 3 years, no job, 4 years, no job, they are not just trying. If you don't try your level best, you're not going to get it, right? And from our college, I've been associated with HIMT for past 3 years. From our college, I can assure you, whoever is not having arrears and whoever is upfront, not just academically, whoever is performing, definitely everybody is given a chance. I have taken classes just preparing the students for interview. I know right from the GP level till all. Let me ask you one question, Shubham. How many professional engineering colleges are there in India? The number is more than mushrooms. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Right? More than mushrooms. And how many of them get a job? Very minute. Whoever get the job, are they having a job satisfaction? A guy who studied in electrical and engineering is working in an IT department. He's working in call center. So when you're here, I promise you the job satisfaction. I guarantee you will have an adventurous life. And instead of taking the negatives, if you really want to pursue this career, trust me, I have struggled in Mumbai for a particular period of time to get a job, but I never quit. Right now, I'm attending the meeting with pride, being the youngest among the group. I can assure you that if you really wanted to do it, you will get a chance. Grab that chance and never look back. Yeah, instead of taking the negative feedback from the people, yeah, be positive. I can assure you that you will be successful. Any profession, even if you don't choose this, never try to hear from the people who always talk negative. Talk to the people who has been successful and try to take the best out of it. I can guarantee you'll be successful in your life, right? And if a person from a north part of Kerala, where I have no educational consultancy when I passed out, and I studied in a government school, in my Malayalam basic language medium. If I can come to this level and talk to you, trust me, Gautam, don't take negatives on. If you're really interested, this is the right college. At least look around and decide for yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That was very motivating, sir.
Thank you, Sabir. Thank you so much for your inputs. I got a couple of questions on my chat. Is swimming mandatory? Oh, well, you're going out at sea. We expect you to at least to learn to float for a few minutes. We have no intentions of making you an Olympic swimmer. We are far from it. But we expect you to at least to save yourself for a few minutes. God forbid if you happen to fall into the water. But I can assure you, out at sea is much safer than even crossing the road. That's what I keep telling people. So if you're even scared of water to some extent, we'll make sure that you swim at least 25 meters away from the vessel. Don't worry. That's a basic thing. Is there any internship program for the cadets? Normally, no. We do not have any internship attached to the BTech mechanical marine engineering. That's normally not. There's also one more question. How much rank is needed in IMU CET to get a seat in HIMT? We would prefer actually from number 1 to number 40 ranks. So if you happen to be number 1, you don't have to worry about your seat. But all the same, don't worry about the rank. No matter what you come out with, we will make a man out of you. That's our promise. That's where we come from. That's what we are here for. Don't worry about your things. Don't do about the rank. Just go ahead and do it. We'll help you to crack it and you will become good. I'll note down your name and keep it so that I take a special care of you. Don't worry. Anything else? Do you see anything else, Kirtan?
No, sir.
Okay. In which case, it's my thing. May I now request you to thank all who have taken the time out, and practically it's about been 2 hours now. They have spent their time with us. May I request you to propose the vote of thanks, Kirtan?
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. So good afternoon, parents, students, and industry experts. It's a privilege to propose a vote of thanks for this webinar. I, on behalf of HIMT College, extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all the speakers, especially our present and past cadets, to give an insight into the world of shipping and help you to take a career into Merchant Navy. I hope this webinar would have laid a strong foundation for all of you for your career into Merchant Navy. And no program can become successful without the back-end team. So I would like to thank the technical and the admin team for their support. Thank you everyone for making this webinar a very successful webinar. Thank you.
Thanks, Kirtan. It's been a pleasure sharing our thoughts with you, our experiences with you as what the profession offers. To continue where we'll be off today, as I mentioned, we would continue with 2 more webinars, one the coming Saturday, the 25th, the next one on the 1st of August, both at 1100 hours on the Saturday. We will hope to see some of you. We hope to see more of your friends. Please come up with any queries, any questions that you may have. how your progression can take place, how we can help you out. Here we are saying goodbye from all of us at HIMT. Goodbye, God bless, and stay safe all the time. God bless all. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. See you.